What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Svenson here. Just wanted to come to you with a video today discussing the epic rally we're seeing in Bitcoin right now. We're seeing that third leg up on this move right now. Coming up, retesting highs. Actually, we're currently breaking out above this previous high, so we are making technical higher highs. We're going to see if we can get above it and close above it, right? We're just barely above it. We'll see if we can actually get a candle body close above it, within the 4-hour chart or something, right? Personally, I think we're pretty damn close to topping out here. It is the weekend, so I'm not sure how much more involvement we're going to get from most people, or from most of the market, rather. If we were going to continue this rally, I would say 4250 is a pretty good resistance level, and above that, but 4400 being an upper resistance level for this particular move. We are coming up now on a lot of resistance, a lot of resistance clusters here. If you're looking left, we're coming up on some pretty key resistance points now. So the question is, can this run continue? Well, yeah, it definitely can continue, guys. We're seeing a lot of momentum to the upside. And even though many of the indicators might tell you that things are overextended, which, I mean, they totally are, this thing can continue to run, right? We're looking at, the next major resistance points are 4250 and 4400. But overall, a lot of people right now are getting very excited because they're looking at the CME. This is the CME futures for Bitcoin, and they're seeing that there's a record number of futures contracts here. What is it? $365 million worth of contracts. And it looks like, this is our record number for the CME futures. Now, is this an indication that the bull run is started and that the bear market has officially ended because of these futures? Well, personally, I do not think so, guys, right? I mean, if we're just looking at the volume here on the last, during our consolidation, this was also record volume for the futures right here. This was record volume for futures, and it was not the end of the bear market. Now we're seeing an increase once again for futures. So, it's not, I can't say that the bear market is over right now because we haven't really broken our most critical resistances just yet. Do I believe that we've had a macro trend signal, right? Do I believe that, there's anything on the chart right now that can signify that the bear market is over? Personally, no, I do not think so. I mean, guys, just look at our volume, right? Look at your volume. Personally, I don't think we've seen the necessary volume to call an end to the bear market, as you guys know. And if the bullish volume starts to pick up here, if the bullish volume begins to pick up towards the end of this, and we have a large amount of bullish volume here pushing us, breaking us through resistance, getting up to the 4,800, 5K or something, in my opinion, it would be very unbalanced. It would be a very unbalanced market because you have a lot of selling, very low volume in the center here, and even at your lowest point on the chart, not much volume, guys, right? At your lowest point on the chart, not much volume here, and over here on the lowest point here, really no volume, like very low volume, right? So if we see a bullish push and a lot of bullish volume picking us up, breaking us through resistance, to me that would be very unbalanced, and we could probably see, a nice resistance break and ultimately a pullback. As you guys know, I still think that May of this year will be our most likely point for us to hit our bottom, right? So in between from here to there, I mean, we can do all kinds of things, right? But I think ultimately, no matter what we really do here, the volume to me just does not say that the bear market's over and the bottom's in. I mean, guys, if you're looking at the charts really close up here, and you're just looking at it like, it looks really, we're seeing almost parabolic, right? These lows are getting almost parabolic. So it looks really good, really juicy, right? It looks really juicy. But personally, I'm not going to allow myself to be, tempted by this and just FOMO and all in, all bottoms in. I don't think so, guys, right? I really don't think so. Again, there's a lot, guys, right now, what I've noticed is that there's a lot of the same people still here, right? Bear markets don't end with the same people. The same people that were here are now here calling the bottom. Like, it's just, guys, like we just broke below into our bear market. We have all the same faces here. We have all the same faces. I mean, from even this area here, all the same people are here saying bottom's in, bottom is in. And to me, like, even though it's very exciting right now, the price is pumping up. To me, it's almost like a sign of desperation that, like, we have all the same people from here and from here, right now saying, hey, bottom's in, let's pump this thing, right? Like, it just, to me, it seems like all these people, all these familiar faces, these YouTubers, these analysts that were, here during the whole bull market and are here now calling for the end of the bear market, to me, it still seems like a sign of desperation, right? That they're still clinging on, hoping for that last rally to get their bags back up. I'm not going to be fooled, guys. I'm not going to be fooled. I don't think that the bottom is in. I really don't think so. But guys, that is just me, right? And this is something I've gone through all year long, guys, right? I was saying that we were in a bear market. I mean, I was saying crypto was in a bubble here. I was calling for 2,500 somewhere in here. And every time we got a bounce, everyone thought I was stupid. And I'm sure people are going to say right now, Kevin, you're stupid. This bull market is starting. We're here. We're ready to go. I'm sure people are going to be saying that. But I'm going to stick to my guns, guys. I still think that a retest of our bottom lowest resistance, a retest of this support cluster at 2,500, 2,000 range is our most likely bottom area. That is still my price target, my preferred buy target for Bitcoin, and it is still what I believe to be the most likely target for the bottom of Bitcoin, regardless of what's happening now with these nice bounces coming up to our previous resistances and having some really nice bullish action. Regardless of that, I still think we are well within this bear market, and I still believe we have some lower prices to test. Even if we come up and we start hitting 44, 48, 5,000, I still think that there is a lot of room for a continued push to the downside, right? If you're just looking at our outermost resistance, yes, guys, we could come run up to these areas and play into here, right? But I think ultimately our outermost resistance points are going to act as a very tough point for us to get through, and we will probably, most likely, we're going to be holding below these points for quite some time, and retesting our lowest support cluster at the 2,000 range, right? So I think, guys, yeah, room to move up, sure. Ultimate bottom, no, don't think so, guys. Too many familiar faces, too many of the same people that are still sticking around, hoping that this is it. We just got into this bear market. Like we were hitting this horizontal support, and we just got into this bear market, right? I don't think it's over, guys. I don't think you can just look at this run and say, well, it's over. We're ready to go. 100K incoming. I don't think so, guys, right? I wouldn't get too excited or too eager. Now, some people would argue, Kevin, this is like, you're in denial. Bear market's over. You guys can think that all you want, but I mean, look at where we are. We've seen these prices many times before. We haven't really broken out of our upper resistance just yet. So I'm not going to get too bullish just yet. I'm going to let, I've been accumulating. I'm just going to let it ride. If we start hitting prices like 4,400, 4,800, I might consider taking profits or something, right? Because I really am just not convinced by the volume in the overall market. I think it is indeed recycled capital, right? I think that is what's happening here. It's just the same money going in and out. Guys, I'm a long-term person, right? I'm looking out for the macro trend signals. And personally, I don't think I have seen it yet. I really don't think I've seen it yet. And I think we do have lower prices to go in this market. Regardless of how high we might go on this particular run, I still think we have lower prices to go in this market. All right, guys. So we'll see how much more. I'm not saying that we can't see more upside here on this move. We can totally see a lot more upside here, guys. I mean, we can see like upwards of 4,800, right? In my opinion, but I don't think that means the bottom is in. Not at all. Not even close, guys. Right? I mean, not even close. All right. I know some of you might not believe me now, but you'll see. All right. I'll talk to you all very soon.